No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Hey guys, this is Sai, aka Nkiru the Love Guru, and it has been 3 years since my last confession. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today because you already know that I am. I am back to give you guys a little bit of guidance and self-care, self-love, and shadow work, as well as a little bit of accountability. This time around, I think I am going to do the series every day instead of every week to help make sure that we are being accountable and working on bettering ourselves, me included. So click that follow button if you want to get a daily word of encouragement. I would love to have you. So today we're going to talk about I quit, guys. Like 3 years ago, I was doing this podcast every Monday, and then I had a little bit of a rough patch and I quit. And this is what we never want to do. We never want to get to a point to where we are quitting in our journey. Now, we may have situations where we triumph, but we also may have situations where we fall. In those situations, we have to learn how to receive the lesson and get back up. We cannot allow the lesson or the tribulation at that moment to beat us down to the point to where we are quitting. We have to remember always why we started to begin with. And just because something is difficult, that is not a good license or reason to give in. So make sure that when you are stepping away from something, it is in alignment with your greatest purpose, with your greatest goals, and it is not coming from a selfish place or a weak place of giving up because it is easier. That's kind of what I did. So a couple of years ago, I started this podcast with the intent to give more of a long form version of what I was doing on TikTok, giving daily content as far as giving advice on different things that we all struggle with in life. We all are on this journey here on this big blue rock, third rock from the sun. We're all on this journey to discover ourselves, to overcome our traumas and become the greatest version of ourselves. We are all trying to do this together. And sometimes we benefit from a little bit of help. I was always taught that we experience hard times or trials and tribulations, sometimes for us, but most of the times they are for others. So when we give our account of what we have been through and what we have learned, it becomes like a guide map for other people, so that they may look at the situation and say, wow, I think that I may try that, or I don't think I want to do that, and have a better indication on how to get there quicker and more efficiently than what you did. So we as a collective, we are all one, and we have a humanitarian duty to help one another when we can. So this is my my best effort at doing that. I hope you guys are able to pull something from the things that I say today. And if you have anything that you want me to talk about, please follow me over on Instagram at Confessions of Sai. And drop me a message and I will make sure to cover it soon. Okay, so today's little message said, I do utilize quite a bit of spiritual tools for those of you guys who are meeting me for the first time. I do utilize the Bible. I do utilize other spiritual teachings as well. I am not opposed to any form of guidance in any sort of way or form or fashion. I don't have any particular reason for that. I just believe that we are all one and that we are all trying to guide each other to the same place. And so if something resonates with you, you take what resonates, you leave what doesn't. And that's my stance on it. My background is in the Bible, so I do utilize the Bible quite a bit. but I am not opposed to reading other forms of literature with spiritual guidance in it as well, or utilizing that to formulate an opinion or formulate a pathway towards better version of myself. So today, a few scriptures out of the Bible actually that I would like to read in regards to this idea of quitting and why we shouldn't are as follows. So first we're going to turn to Galatians 6 and 9. Galatians 6 and 9, excuse the flipping of the pages. Galatians 6 and 9 says, and let us not be wearied in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So what's that referring to is we can't, God never promised that it would be easy. God never promised that it wouldn't be difficult. God never promised that it wouldn't take a lot for you to get to where you are intended to go. He had promised that you would get there if you don't quit. So when he's saying in this scripture that let us not be weary in well doing. So as we are doing this work, as we are trying to better ourselves, don't get weary in the process. Don't get tired or flustered. You know, it's hard to say that because we all get tired. We all get flustered. We all get irritated. We all have that statement where we're like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to break? It will. Just because it's not breaking when you feel like that it's going to break doesn't mean that it won't. It will. Sometimes we have to understand that God, the universe, whatever you call him, understands that we can do a little bit more than what we have been conditioned to do. It's like when you go to the gym. When you go to the gym and you do 10 squats at 50 pounds every day for 20 days. And then you get a trainer, and a trainer comes in and the trainer says, well, what have you been doing? And you said, well, I've been doing 10 squats at 50 pounds. That's my limit. That's what I can do. And that trainer comes in and he puts 55 pounds on you and tells you to do 10 squats. And you do the 10 squats. It's a little challenging, but you do it. Then he adds 10 more pounds on that. So now you're doing 65 pounds. And you do it. It's a little bit of a struggle, but you do it. Then he adds 20 more pounds on that, and he tells you to do 10 more squats. So now you're doing 85 pounds, and you're struggling. And you get to 6, and you want to quit. You want to give up. God is saying that even though you feel like you can't do it, doesn't mean that you can't. Sometimes there is more in you that your body understands is in you. Sometimes we have pre-programmed limits on ourselves that prevent us from progressing. And God has to put us through things to force us to challenge those limits. Okay? So when you feel like you can't, understand that if God hasn't taken it from you, it's because you can. It may not be easy, but you can. God tells us that he will never put more on us than we can possibly bear. So if it's on us, we can handle it. So don't give up on yourself so easily. Don't give into the easy route out. Don't give into the, well, if it's a struggle, it must not be meant, because God never said that. God never said that if you are struggling, that's not what he is calling for you to do. Never. Everything that you want is on the other side of hard work. Everything. Nothing in this life that is valuable, that is meaningful, will come to you easily. Nothing. So it is up to you to build your mental space, to be stronger than your ego and your will to give in. Don't allow yourself to quit. Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. If you don't faint, you will reap the harvest. You will reap the reward of everything that you have sown into this world. You will. It may not seem like it, but I promise you, you will reap it. It may seem like everything that you're doing will never yield anything, but it's impossible. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you are putting it out into the universe, it is impossible for you not to receive that back. Universal law has to come back to you. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to admit that it's a little bit hard. It's okay. It's not okay to give up on yourself. It's not. Only you can do it. You can't give up on you. There's no one else to count on. So you have to make a conscious decision every day to get up every day and give it your best shot. It's not going to be perfect. You will fall some days. You will make mistakes. You will have moments where you don't want to do it at all. Reset, reload, and restart. But don't you dare quit. No matter what, don't quit. The Bible also says in Psalms 30, verse 5, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So you may have times where you're down, times where you feel exhausted, times where you want to just feel sorry for yourself. And that's okay. But tomorrow is a new day. Shake it off and start again. Short memory. Reload. Matthew 13 tells us that he that shall endure until the end shall be saved. So if you're looking for somebody to save you, you have to finish and you will have saved yourself. Finish. Finish what you started. You'll be proud that you did. It may not seem like much, but it is. So, what can we do today to get on the path of reigniting our passion, getting back started, reloading? What can we do today? First question you can ask yourself is, what is it that I want? What is it that I want for myself in this life? That's question number one. Ask yourself that. And as you ask yourself, what is it that you want for yourself? you create a goal, something to reach towards, something to strive for, something to always point your compass to when you have these moments where you don't know what is what. Now, I will tell you this. When you are asking yourself this question, what is it that I want for myself? Make sure that it is actually coming from you. These are not things that your parents want for you, or your spouse wants for you, or your coworkers or your boss wants for you, or your friends want from you, or your church wants from you. This is, what do you want for you? And this is a question that a lot of people have not even asked themselves yet. They're so focused and busy on fulfilling the expectations of others. They haven't taken time in the quiet space to ask themselves, what do you want? Sai, what do you want for you? What would make you happy? What would make you fulfilled? What would make you whole? What do you want for you? They haven't asked themselves them things yet because they're so busy spending their time fulfilling the desires and the needs and the wants of others. We got to break out of that cycle. We got to get started on doing the work. So that's what I want you guys to do today. I want you guys to take today to think about that. Think about that one question. What is it that I want for myself? And answer it. I hope this helped some of you guys. It was so good to be back. Like I said at the start of this thing, if you don't want to miss an episode, I will be doing these daily. Feel free to follow. Hit that follow button on Apple Podcasts. Hit that follow button there, and you'll be notified when I drop a new episode. I hope all is well. I hope you guys are living in love and spreading light everywhere that you go. Until tomorrow, I love you and see you then. Bye.